Day 12, Argentina against Nigeria. Nigeria had bounced back from defeat in their opening game and were very much hoping to reach the second round for the fourth time. They played Argentina 4 times and had lost by a single goal on each and every occasion. 2-1 in 1994, 1-0 in 2002 and 2010, and then in 2014, 3-2 in Porto Alegre. They'd never beaten a non-European team, but they had defeated Argentina 4-2 in a recent friendly, coming back from 2 goals down. They remain unchanged from the side that had defeated Iceland with a very convincing second half performance. 3-5-2 formation, somewhat agreeable for an agreeable tactic for the Nigerians. For Argentina, there will be 5 changes. Armani coming in goal for his debut, as Caballero was dropped as expected. It would be the 3rd formation at these finals for Argentina. Aguero was dropped as Higuain was installed as a striker. He had failed to score in his last 10 internationals. It was the oldest lineup ever for Argentina at the World Cup. They had amazing support and were very much looking to Lionel Messi to finally produce. And it was Messi to make the incisive impression from the word go. On 14 minutes, he brought the ball down the long ball from Banega, took the ball in his stride, showing great touch and composure before giving a fantastic finish with his weaker right foot. The effort zooming straight into the corner of the net, leaving the keeper with no chance, the young goalkeeper with little chance. It was the 100th goal of these World Cup finals. How would Nigeria respond? They'd been pretty tight up until then. Kept their defensive shape, retained possession, and looked to be winning the midfield battle, like a Thibaut, catching the eye and being very impressive in what was a very fine 3-man midfield for Nigeria. Centre midfield. For Argentina, Banega was very influential. He was dictating, finding players. Messi, as ever, definitely on the ball. Despite some shaky moments in defence, Argentina were far better collectively, pressing more as Nigeria were forced back. Messi was certainly at it today, and firstly, an exquisite pass to pick out Higuain in on goal, but the young goalkeeper Ozol was to make the brave stop, requiring treatment in the process. Then once again, great anticipation each time Messi touched the ball. Secondly, his free kick touched by the fingertips of Ozol onto the post. This after Balogun had been fortunate to escape a red card by the mere presence of the covering defender, Omero. Argentina went inside with a somewhat deserved lead, Nigeria were probably slightly too deep and failed to get the balls to the players, its forward players, who were very isolated. Messi, led by Lionel Messi, they were pretty much invigorated, and there was a wave of noise throughout the arena. It was still Iceland 0, like Croatia nil. So yeah, Iceland. So at the present time, Argentina were on their way to the second round. There would be a penalty for Nigeria when Mascherano was deemed to have held down like Balogun, who had been, so Mascherano had shown indecision throughout the first half and in the defence, somewhat at times lacking confidence. Mascherano got carded as Moses, following the melee in the penalty area, side-footed coolly, simply, wide of the keeper Amani. He kept his nerve and was very collected in his finish. Yeah, news filtered through that Croatia had taken the lead now. So yeah, it was the goal certainly re-energized Nigeria as they started winning the 50-50 balls. Argentina was somewhat deflated and not in the same wavelength, with signs of a loss of discipline, not for the first time for Argentina. Then buoyed by those fans, Nigeria, suddenly, by Argentina buoyed by those fans, Nigeria kind of like dropped off and nothing substantial created. Sampaio like trudging up and down the touchline for Argentina as in the previous game. Argentina were now pressing Nigeria, who were working very hard to stay in the game. Inacio, Igalo on for the ineffective Inacio, should have buried an effort when the ball came off the defender. When it was, the ball came off the arm deemed to have come off the arm of the defender. A VAR's check was conducted, but the ref came to the conclusion that it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a deliberate hand, more like it was ball to hand rather than hand to ball. Argentina continued to bomb men forward, leaving themselves slightly open at the back. Igalo in a one-to-one failed to cement Argentina's elimination. He'd shot woefully at the legs of the keeper. He'd regret it a few moments on 86 minutes as Marcos Rojo swept Argentina into the lead with a brilliant volley and it was a fantastic cross from Mercado, and the stadium burst into screams and raptures. St. Petersburg was certainly rocking. He'd scored the winner against Nigeria 4 years ago yesterday, the previous day in Porto Alegre, when Argentina were like 3-2 victors over the West Africans. News earlier had filtered through that Iceland had equalised through a Sigurdsson penalty, so it was getting all tense. Another Icelandic goal would send Argentina tumbling out of the tournament, should they win. Nigeria, young players, they're giving everything, but Argentina maintained their 26 game unbeaten run when winning at half time. So they would. The experience ultimately was what pulled Argentina through, and to compound things, Perisic goal for Croatia cemented Argentina's progression into the second phase. For Nigeria, they would be better equipped at the tournament in 4 years' time. Personally, my personal opinion of it, Argentina will. They're nothing that resemble a side that can go far in this competition. I think they will face the French, and I think they will get that. I think they'll find themselves totally. An excellent side will defeat them, even though the French haven't been perfect or anything, playing to the capacity which we all know that can play to, I believe that they will really expose Argentina in the next round. Like Croatia have got a fantastic chance against Denmark, and I can't see how the Danes are going to be able to stop them. And a quarter-final should be well within their reach. Nigeria can go after a poor start, can go home with their heads held high, as with Iceland, who performed. They didn't achieve the results as they had at the Euros like 2 years previous, but this is the World Cup, and they held Argentina. They weren't quite at it against Nigeria, and Croatia, a fantastic team, was a step too far. Fantastic.